Hi guys, this is a review for Sexless episode 305, The Bed You Make. Well, this episode starts out with Wendy being at the doctor's office for her annual physical. The doctor comes back in and starts talking with her about prenatal vitamins, and Wendy's like, jigger what? Jigger who? No, jigger what? Jigger who? Yeah, Wendy was just dazed. I mean, I guess she just wasn't thinking that could happen, even though she apparently had stopped taking her birth control. Anyway, she's pregnant now. Her mind is just all over the place, and I'm sitting there looking at that thinking, Lord, child, who's the daddy? Who's the daddy? So from there we go to Noli, and Noli's at the apartment, and who should stop by but Cheryl, Brandon's ex-fiance, whose name is still on the apartment that they live in, which doesn't make any sense to me, but that's what's going on. So Noli calls Brandon with Cheryl there, and Brandon's like, oh yeah, I meant to tell you. I meant to tell you. Meant to tell me what? Meant to tell Cheryl, look, Noli needs to be done with Brandon, okay? When they had their first little breakup earlier in the season, you know, it was like, okay, maybe they can work it out, let love win and all of that stuff. But now, no, because all of this and Cheryl showing up and all this cackling she's doing and opening up the door with the keys, why y'all still in the apartment with her name on it? So anyway, when they called Brandon, you know, he really didn't, he didn't act like a married man, for one thing. Well, he's not acting like a married man for you to even have your wife in the house or in the apartment with the name of your ex-fiance on the bill, and she's paying the rent. She is still paying the rent. So what's going on with the money? I'm telling y'all, Brandon seems like a nice guy. Brandon could be a potential serial killer. Noli needs to let Brandon go. And so anyway, Noli calls her dad, which you know is also Tamiko's dad from Roomy Lover Friends. And you know, he gave her some good advice, but you know, he didn't give me everything I wanted in that scene. I wanted Noli and Tamiko's dad to give me Daddy Pope. You know, the daddy that he was in Roomy Lover Friends when he was stalking Jay and, you know, acting all crazy with Jay's ex and all of that. Yeah, I wanted that dad. But, you know, he gave her some advice. It was good advice. It was uneventful, though, because for Tamiko's dad, I want Daddy Pope. And for Noli's and Brandon's situation, she needs Daddy Pope. Brandon needs some Daddy Pope in his life because no. So then from there we go to the doctor's office with Farrah and Stacy, and they're there to get the results of their STD test. And so they start having this conversation about, you know, what it means to be a virgin. I tell you, these are the most confused 20-something-year-olds I've ever seen in my life on the topic of sex. I've never seen anything like it. I have to really stretch my imagination here to believe that these two 20-something-year-olds are this clueless when it comes to sex. With Farrah's character, I could almost go with it because she's kind of quirky and kind of odd and kind of just very awkward. So, you know, maybe I could go there. But just seeing them the two together having this, you know, am I a virgin or not conversation, it was just a lot, okay? They need to call somebody. Dr. Ruth thinks, I don't even know if that woman is still alive, but they need to call somebody who can help them understand what it means to be a virgin. So from there we went back to Noli at the apartment. Noli now has changed the locks on the apartment. You know, she's kind of waiting to see, you know, her dad had already given her advice about how the lady just couldn't come, Cheryl. The lady could not come and just say, you got to get out. You know, there's a process to this, okay? There's layers to this. Cheryl, Brandon's ex-fiance. Brandon, you're trash, Brandon. But anyway, so she just can't come and just kick you out. So with that advice, Noli went and she changed the locks. And so, you know, there's Cheryl at the door knocking, and you know, and Noli is sitting there just laughing back with a glass of wine. And you know, I still think Noli though is a little bit crazy. You know, it's a thin line between quirky and crazy, and I think she's a little bit on that crazy side too. So I think she and Brandon, I don't know. It's a lot going on right there. So anyway, it's just crazy though, that whole situation, because a couple of episodes back, her dad had offered her Tomiko's apartment. So I don't know, in the roomy lover friend world, has Tomiko now gotten married? Maybe she's moved on. She and Jay are in a house or whatever. But he offered her Tomiko's apartment. Why she didn't jump on that, I have no idea. I have no idea why she would want to stay in this apartment. But again, we found out with this episode that she did not know that the rent was literally being paid by Cheryl. See, just messy. Just messy. Somebody's gonna get hurt. So anyway, Brandon needs to get back across the pond ASAP, because he got some shit he needs to address. But if I were Noli, I would be packing up my stuff and I would be out of there and I would be done. With Brandon, it would be a wrap, because this changing locks and laughing like you won, girl, you didn't win anything. No, honey, no. Okay, so then we go to Wendy at work, and Wendy is texting with Stacy, and she tells Stacy about her pregnancy. And Stacy really became that girl, on this call. She was already judgmental with Farrah in the doctor's office, like, this whole girl on girl thing, it's just a phase. Surely you're not gonna, you'll get over it. I mean, you've never been, where's all of this coming from? She was just so judgmental. So, but she was talking with Wendy about the pregnancy, and Wendy was basically saying, I'm not ready to be a mom. I don't know what I'm going to do. Well, Stacy went full on into, about pro-life and, don't abort a child who didn't ask to be here. And then when she sent her the meme that said something about, it had the baby feet, like when you have a baby and they do the footprint of the baby, and it had that symbol, and then something about basically don't kill the child. Okay, she sent that to Wendy, and of course Wendy was over it, as well as she should be. Stacy is tripping me out. I liked Stacy when she was in that episode where she was that kind of crazy, where she actually shattered Julian's window. I was cool with her with that, because I got that. I understood that. This Stacy, I find her to be hypocritical. She's a trip, because look, Stacy, you can't be the kind where you having oral sex with multiple men, even with the little black dude that you were just using like he was a scrub, but you letting him go down doing all of this. You're smashing windows, but somehow now you're the moral authority, right? So now you're this Mother Teresa Madonna. No, honey, you're the like a virgin Madonna. All right, but let's back up. Did y'all see when Wendy paused before texting, when Stacy asked her, who was the father, and she said that the baby was Daryl's? But did you see how long she paused? Y'all know that ain't going down that simple. Y'all know it's not going down that simple. So, I think this Saturday is the mid-season finale of Sexless. Then there's going to be a smash-up with Sexless and Chef Julian. Okay? Because y'all know it's not going to be that easy. Y'all know we're about to have us some Maury Povich stuff going on. So that's coming up next. So again, if you are not watching this series, you need to check it out. If you are not familiar with Black and Sexy TV, you need to check it out. It is an awesome media company. I love Black and Sexy TV. I'll probably do another review later just to talk about the media company and what they produce and all of the different shows that I love. But just check them out. I promise you, you will not be disappointed. So I'll have a review up after next week's, or this weekend's, actually, this Saturday, Sexless episode 306. I'll have a review up. Hope you guys enjoyed this review. This is my first one for any show, and so thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe, thumbs up the video, and see you guys next time. Bye. So yeah, if the video looks a lot darker now, it's because I forgot a scene. I had to come back and talk about this scene. When Wendy goes and she tells Daryl, when she's at the apartment and she tells Daryl that she's pregnant. The way Daryl reacted to her pregnancy, it was so sweet. I mean, he said all of the right things, I'm here, we're going to be good, we'll get through it. This is what people in love do. They get through it, and even when she was like, Daryl, hey, that's all good, but hold on, you're doing a lot. I need some space. Give me some room to think. You know, he was cool with that too, but he was so sweet. He was just like, I'm here, we'll get through it. This is what people in love do. But the only problem with that, Daryl, is I don't think she's in love with you, boo. I think she's in love with Julian. Okay, so yeah, had to come back and include this. And what's up with Daryl's hairdo though, y'all? For real, what's up with that dude?